This is News 25 with Unette Gentry. Local news with Deanna O'Donnell. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. News 25 is also brought to you by Silver State Health, Pahrumph's exclusive pediatric care clinic. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us here at News 25. I'm Unette Gentry, and it is a very windy Thursday, May 20th. Well, Nevada Highway Patrol has identified a victim killed in a crash last week here in northern Nye County.
The single vehicle rollover crash happened last Friday, May 14th, just before 1 p.m. on State Route 376, about 22 miles north of Round Mountain. NHP's preliminary investigation found that a Ford Escape SUV was traveling northbound when the driver, identified as 34-year-old Mia Campbell of Stewart's Draft, Virginia, allowed the vehicle to travel onto the shoulder. Investigators say her attempt to regain control ultimately led to the vehicle leaving the roadway and overturning. NHP says Campbell and her two young children were not wearing their seatbelts properly and were ejected as the SUV overturned. Campbell and her 5-year-old son died at the scene. Campbell's 6-year-old daughter was flown to a Reno hospital with life-threatening injuries. If you witnessed the crash or have any information that could help the investigation team, you are asked to call Nevada Highway Patrol. That number is 775-482-6330.
And a traffic stop near Ely lands 2 people behind bars after state troopers discover more than 5 pounds of methamphetamine in the trunk.
Sunday morning, a Nevada Highway Patrol trooper stopped a vehicle for speeding on US 93 in White Pine County, about 33 miles south of Ely. NHP says during its investigation, the trooper identified possible criminal activity and performed a consent search of the vehicle. During that search, the trooper discovered approximately 5.5 pounds of methamphetamine inside the trunk. 37-year-old Danielle Adams of Rupert, Idaho, the driver, was arrested for possession of methamphetamine, selling or transporting methamphetamine, trafficking of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and speeding. 39-year-old Jose Juarez Jr. of Burley, Idaho, was taken into custody on a felony U.S. Marshal's warrant. He's also facing several drug charges.
And a tractor trailer and a sedan collided this afternoon on Highway 160, causing traffic to be delayed in both directions.
The driver of a black vehicle was complaining at the scene of the 2-vehicle crash that occurred this afternoon on Highway 160 and Crazy Horse Street. Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating the cause of the accident, which occurred between a tractor trailer and a black sports vehicle. Both occupants declined to be transported initially by Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue medics at the time of the crash. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were also dispatched to the scene, which was located south of Pahrump. Traffic was blocked in both directions by Nye County Sheriff's Office auxiliary units while the investigation and scene cleanup was conducted.
And in another crash, authorities suspect drowsy driving may have led to a single vehicle rollover today here in Pahrump.
The crash happened around noon on Highway 372 between Barney Street and Woodchips Road. A passerby called 911 to report a Nissan pickup had gone off the roadway and overturned. The driver was able to walk away and claimed no injuries at the time of the crash. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and auxiliary units shut down the roadway for a short time while Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue medics assessed the driver and only occupant. That man declined to be transported to the hospital. The Sheriff's Office tells News 25 it appears the driver may have been drowsy and dozed off, leading to the crash, though it remains under investigation. The pickup sustained major damage.
The Commission on Ethics says that it's proud to welcome James Oscarson as a recent appointee of Governor Sisolak to the Nevada Commission on Ethics. Mr. Oscarson was elected state assemblyman by the people of Assembly District 36 in the state assembly back in 2012 and served in that capacity for 3 regular legislative sessions and 4 special sessions. The commission is an 8-member board appointed by the governor and legislative commission. The commission has authority over the interpretation and enforcement of Nevada's ethics and government law applicable to state and local public officers and public employees. The Commission's main mission is to enhance the public's faith and confidence in government by ensuring that public officers and public employees uphold the public trust by committing themselves to avoid conflicts between their private interests and their public duties. And stay tuned, News 25 will be back with much more local news.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by P&P Property Management. Knowledge, experience, communication, and trust. Call Cynthia at 775-727-4444.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, a local man's effort to evade law enforcement leads to an arrest here in a Pahrump neighborhood.
Deputies on a routine patrol in the area of Highway 372 and South Bowling Road observed a black Honda CR-V exit the dirt field and travel northbound across Highway 372. The vehicle stopped briefly in the parking lot of the Horizon Market before running the stop sign on Bowling Road and continuing eastbound on Highway 372. The deputy attempted to conduct a traffic stop on the vehicle east of South Red Butte Street and Highway 372 by activating overhead lights and the siren. The vehicle continued on Highway 372, traveling westbound in the eastbound travel lanes. The deputy followed the vehicle southbound on Red Butte Street and then proceeded eastbound on Bourbon Street, reaching speeds in excess of 65 miles per hour in the residential neighborhood. Upon approaching Marnie Court, the vehicle abruptly slowed, turning northbound through the driveway of a residence before continuing on Marnie Court and finally coming to a stop. At that time, a black male, approximately 5'5" and 150 pounds, wearing a green sweatshirt and dark pants, exited the driver's seat with his hands up. A female opened the door of the residence and proceeded inside. The door of the residence was briefly closed before the female advised that the male ran out of the rear of the residence in an unknown direction. She further advised that the man was the father of her child and identified him as Terrence Chess. Previous call history shows that Chess resides at the residence. Terrence Chess was arrested by the Nye County Sheriff's Office for driver disobeying a peace officer and endangering others.
And in another arrest, a call for a domestic between a woman and her ex-boyfriend leads to him landing behind bars.
On May 11th, sheriff's deputies were dispatched to a Pahrump address for a report of a domestic. Upon arrival, they met with a man who said that his granddaughter was involved in a domestic with her ex-boyfriend. The deputies recognized the victim from previous encounters. She said that her ex-boyfriend, identified as Scott Franklin, showed up at her residence uninvited. She asked him to leave and he asked why, assuming that she had another male in the residence. The victim said that she did not want him in the residence because of her aggressive dog and she blocked the entrance. Franklin allegedly said that he did not care and would kill the dog if he needed to. Franklin allegedly shoved the victim out of the way and attempted to make entry into the residence. The victim shoved Franklin and he fell to the ground. Another male attempted to pull Franklin out and he began to yell that he would kill the victim and her dogs. He then struck the residence with a starter pistol and punctured it. The victim's grandfather came to see what was happening and Franklin got in his face. The victim went inside to grab her phone and when she stepped outside, Franklin allegedly had pointed the pistol at her again and stated that he would kill her. He then left the scene with the other male. The male victim stated that Franklin pointed the firearm at he and his granddaughter and he did not know that it was a starter pistol. Another female on scene said that she also saw Franklin point the gun at the victims and reportedly threatened to kill both of them. Franklin fled the scene prior to the arrival of law enforcement. He was stopped by deputies in the area of Panorama Road and Basin Avenue. He was subsequently transported to Nye County Detention Center and arrested for domestic battery, abuse of an older, vulnerable person, and harassment.
In today's health and financial news, there are new concerns about Johnson & Johnson's COVID vaccine. Amazon is easing mask requirements for warehouse workers, and Southwest Airlines says more travelers means an improvement in its bottom line.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, J&J's COVID-19 vaccine is being called into question. The FDA is now holding more than 100 million doses. The agency uncovered multiple safety violations at the Emergent Biosolutions plant where J&J is producing the COVID shots. This Monday, Amazon warehouse workers who are fully vaccinated will no longer be required to wear a face mask. The only exception is where a mask is required by local laws. CNBC reports the workers are considered fully vaccinated 14 days after their final dose. Southwest is flying out of debt brought on by the pandemic. The discount airline plans to break even by June, but is still dealing with a high flying cost of fuel. And Under Armour will be raising wages for 8,000 hourly employees from $10 to $15 starting June 6th.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks, Angela. Turning back now to more local news. Nye County commissioners have declared our county a Bill of Rights sanctuary county. And this weekend, the community is invited to stand in solidarity and celebrate our Second Amendment rights. Bruce Schoenberger and Rich Bouchard are helping to organize the event.
We're going to be celebrating the sanctuary Second Amendment of our county, and we also are a sanctuary Bill of Rights county. So what that means is we have liberties, and with this recent lockdown, we know what liberty is, I think. So it's a family affair. Everybody's invited. You can dress patriotically, bring flags. We have flags and signs and things if you don't bring anything, but please come out because it's something that we can do here in our community, and we'd like to maybe have it a nice story for maybe the rest of the country. So we really want to do an after thing. So we have a flyover. We have someone that's doing drone work. So we hope to have a nice event, a good event, as opposed to some of the things that are going on.
It's this coming Saturday from 11 to 1 at the Four Corners in Pahrump. So please come out. It's a great patriotic event. We'd love to have you out there.
And we want you.
All right, Spring Mountain Medical has the cure for what ails you. After this break, we'll tell you what they want you to do about your chronic back pain.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by Canyon Ridge Periodontics. Give them a call at 702-966-0302.
Welcome back. Well, millions of Americans suffer from mid-back pain. In today's Medical Minute from Spring Mountain Medical, Dr. David Lewis takes a closer look at the possible causes of that chronic ailment.
This Medical Minute is brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical, healthcare the way you've always imagined it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lewis. Welcome to this edition of the Medical Minute. Today's topic is mid-back pain. There can be many causes of mid-back pain, but we will review a few for you here today. Initially, we need to determine if your mid-back pain is from organ pain inside your body or whether it's from a musculoskeletal origin. When pain is internal, an ultrasound can be ordered to see where it's coming from. If you have some difficulty taking a full breath, it can be with or without pain. This can be from a rib out of place. This can happen from improper sleeping positions or a sports injury. When you have pain that seems to refer underneath your right shoulder blade, this can be important because it can be an indicator of a problem with your gallbladder. Whatever your problem may be, call and make an appointment to see what we can do for you. My name is Dr. David Lewis, and this has been a Medical Minute brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical.
Thanks, Doc, for that medical advice. And if you need some tech tips, solid-state hard drives are not only faster, they're more reliable too. In today's Great Computer Deals quick tutorial, Josh Osborne explains why they're the best option for data storage and why you should get one now.
Hi, it's Josh with Pahrum's own Great Computer Deals. Let's get right into it. It's time for another quick tutorial. Technology is always coming out with a claim to make your computer faster, but sadly, most of these innovations leave us totally disappointed. That trend has changed. Here's why you need a solid-state hard drive now. Part 2. Solid states generate no heat, no friction or vibration, and therefore last much longer than standard spinning hard drives because they're not breaking down slowly over time. Great Computer Deals is here to help you upgrade your computer or provide a new one that will help you benefit from this awesome solid-state technology for way less than you think. Why trust a technician when you can trust a friend? Great Computer Deals is located at 1190 East Highway 372. Call us at 775-990-8833.
Well, for today's Save a Pet, we're meeting Sparky, a very energetic and playful puppy available for adoption from Desert Haven Animal Society. Here's Darby O'Donnell.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with the cutest little puppy. We named him Sparky. He's roughly about 21 weeks. He is so cute. He has extremely light fur right now. They think that he's a mix of like a husky, maybe a German shepherd. He did come in originally with his mom, but they do not need to be adopted together. He is available on his own. He is still a very small little puppy. Obviously, he's extremely energetic. He will need some training to be done, and you need to realize that he will be an extremely large dog when he is full grown. To me, he does look like a shepherd, so he'll probably be the size of a very large shepherd. But he's so sweet. He would definitely love to come out into the yard so he can go and get away from all the excess noise and come out here and he can play and run around and kiss your face and say hi to everybody. He's just running around like a crazy maniac right now, just so excited to see everyone. So if you want to come and see Sparky or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, give them a call ahead of time to make an appointment, 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society.
Come here! You gotta say goodbye! You have to say goodbye to everyone! Goodbye!
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler staring out the weather window. What do you think we'll see? Wow, the flag is really whipping out at the VFW Hall. It's a windy day. We'll tell you about all the weather.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Lovely to see you on a Thursday. What happened up in Fernley? Only 48 degrees for a high today. Fallon, not much better, 54. And Carson City, somewhere in between. Tonopah down to Goldfield, you're enjoying some temperatures in the mid-60s, let's say that. Beatty, 81. Amargosa in Las Vegas tied at 86 degrees. Out in Death Valley, it's 97. And here in the dusky desert nugget of Pahrump, it's 80 degrees currently. 82 was our high today as the sun rose gloriously. This morning at 5:33 a.m., it'll set this evening at about quarter to 8. How about, let's say that. Winds continue to buffet us 25, 21 miles per hour to south-southeast. I think it's going to calm down a little bit. Let's check it out tomorrow. Yes, 12 mile per hour winds, but our high temperatures are really kind of going with it. 66 degrees is all you can expect for tomorrow. Saturday and Sunday, it'll be warming up and clearing up by Sunday. It'll be sunshine for the rest of the week. Highs and kind of averaging in the high 80s, and that'll feel all right. Looking forward to it. But the weekend, not bad. We'll take a break from the heat. That'll feel good. Back to the desk. It's Jeanette.
Thanks so much, John. And we want to tell you all out there about an ongoing job fair that's happening right now, hosted by the Nye Communities Coalition at the Nye Activities Center at 1020 East Wilson Road here in Pahrump. It's going on until 8 p.m. tonight, and it will resume at 8 a.m. tomorrow and will go through noon. And there'll be all kinds of employers looking to hire people like you. There's the Saddle West, Integrity Taxi, and different fire fireworks corporations that are located here in town. And please remember when you go that masks are required, and so is your winning personality, and a resume is also a good idea. So good luck out there. Well, that does it for this edition of News 25. I'm Unat Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next newscast. Good night.